today we are going to begin with a case of deadly turbulence. As you probably heard, one passenger died and at least 70 people were injured on board a Singapore Airlines flight on Tuesday. 20 people are reportedly still in intensive care. Video from inside the aircraft showed the extent of the damage. The flight was midway through meal service when it was hit by extreme turbulence, causing the plane to violently drop 6,000 feet and tossing unbuckled passengers into overhead bins. Can you imagine? A 73-year-old man died from a suspected heart condition during the incident, and now other passengers are describing the ordeal. Take a look.
And I ended up hitting my head on the ceiling. My wife did. Some poor people who are walking around ended up doing somersaults. It was absolutely terrible.
The whole plane was shuddering, and you think it's going to land on land in the water. Is it going to crack up? Because great pieces were falling off and dropping on the floor. People getting hit in the head. There were a few of the staff who'd been injured, and there was broken crockery. Their faces were really covered in blood. It was awful.
One huge loud noise. Things were coming through the ceiling. Water everywhere. People crying. Yeah, I don't think I'll be flying again for a while.
Oof. So first and foremost, thoughts and prayers to the family of the man that lost his life. But to think that 6,000 feet, you fly almost every weekend. Hearing this story, does this make you even more nervous to fly or no?
No, not at all. I mean, in a weird way, it should just show us that this is so rare that we're leading our show with it. I mean, if this happened once a weekend, once a year, this probably wouldn't be that big of a story. Sadly, this had to happen. And I will say the one thing that I have done in all my years of flying where I didn't kind of pay attention to the, when they're giving you the safety, and I really got this from the movie Flight, but I do stay buckled in when I'm in my seat. And it is because this is obviously an extreme case, but it's a real thing, and this is a very scary thing, but turbulence doesn't scare me at all.
Well, let me give you guys some real quick tips just in case while you guys are thinking about how to avoid this. Like you said, keep your seat buckled at all times. Use an approved child safety seat or a device for children under 2. Listen to the pilots, like you said, and of course, sit towards the middle of the plane. You'll feel the effects a little bit less. They also said that out of millions
I'm sorry, is first class in the middle?
Oh my gosh.
I'm just checking.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Out of millions and millions of flights, turbulence caused 185 serious injuries, so not very many from 2009 to 2023. But I do want to let you guys know the pilots or some researchers are saying it's going to go up. So a study looking at a specific point over the North Atlantic found severe turbulence rose by 55% by 1979 to 2020. Some are claiming it's climate change, and we're going to expect to see more of this. So I just want to give you the
You're
tips.
a nervous flyer. You get sweaty palms.
I do get sweaty palms.
So how does this story affect you?
Well, first of all, that stat, I would just think more people are flying now, so that the numbers go up, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. But yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
The density of flights are up.
I'm getting into the other part of that. But great story to kick off the Memorial Day weekend, huh? When millions of Americans will be traveling, including myself. So thank you for that.
Are you taking a plane?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Sam, I'm backpacking through the West Indies.
Drive.
Are you gonna, if
there's cars,
if you have turbulence, what do? Do you clutch? Do you hold on? Do you pray?
Do you hold someone's hand?
Right.
I will sporadically start talking to strangers because it comforts me in some way to know that they're just sitting there, and very calm.
So what do you say?
Yeah, pretend.
I'm just saying, what's up, man? Where are you from?
I'm
What's
from
happening
DC.
here?
Are you?
No, you're supposed to be calm.
Why
I
are
would
you
change my
rocking
seat
back
if I was sitting next to you.
I thought there'd be turbulence.
But
anyways, yes, it scares me.
Jeff, the only problem with that is like if you start talking to a stranger and then the turbulence goes away, now you're locked into a convo for 2 hours.
No, and then I'm like, hey, thanks for the convo, man.
How do you cope, Erica?
I sit in row 8 where Bev cart service starts.
There you go.
What?
You drink your way through it.
She drinks her way through it.
Oh yeah, you've taken my drinks on the plane.
I remember that.
That's one of my favorite memories.
Weren't you sleeping and she's like, boink?
No.
Okay. All right. So do you not go ahead?
No, I was just going to say, for me, I think it's a control thing. I think if I could sit with the pilot in the cockpit and figure out what's happening, seriously,
no, for
I
sure.
listened to a couple of years. Do you have more stats?
Well, they're caused by storms, mountains, and strong air currents. Go ahead.
Watch what you asked for.
I think I'm done over here. Yeah,
But you don't feel that way on a cruise ship, which I think is weird.
And I love a train ride, and I love a boat ride, and I don't care at all. For some reason, you don't just fall out of the sky on a
Right.
train. There's something about like not controlling it. Shout out to those pilots, by the way, who handled that 6,000-foot drop.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know what it is, if it's control or like my hands get like sweaty just talking about it.
You're
I don't
sweaty
like
palm right
heights.
now?
Would you ever want to learn about the aeronautics to actually better yourself and feel more control?
That actually works. They say if you have a fear of flying, you're
Go
supposed
to
to actually
aeronautics space camp.
you're supposed to get your pilot's license. So maybe that's something you could put on your bucket list.
Well, if I could finish a sentence. I'd listen to the traffic control. They have it on airplanes. So I got a better understanding of what's happening and why. They're like, hey, we're going down 5,000. Then I feel it. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand what's happening a little bit more.
Where do you listen to the
You remember when you
traffic
plug in?
control?
You plug it in
From
and you get like
1989.
stations 1 through 8.
With those black headphones?
Yeah, and
with
then
the foam
station
on them?
9 was the air traffic control.
I don't think they have that anymore.
It's like propeller planes.
No, they
Horrible,
don't.
right?
But they do have flight simulators, so we got to get them a connection to United because I did that flight simulator thing. It's like 15 minutes away from here. It acts as the plane because that's how they train their pilots.
Are you the pilot?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
Jeffrey, maybe a field shoot for you.
Or just
No, it's
sit me
not
next to
gonna be
Tori in a plane. I'm like, God, take me now.